Hello, my name is What's Your Deal, and today I'm doing a commentary on Haunt with.
RJ.
Soundchaser?
Tobias Funke.
and I just wanted to try a little experiment where I actually have multiple people commentary, like in the commentary with me, and also because, well, it's Haunt, and it make it a little more interesting to have like multiple people commentating on one POV. So, with that said, let's go and get started, shall we?
Awesome. Man, your crosshair is small.
Yeah.
We're talking about that.
Well, like the thing is, I use a crosshair in Garmin, but because of the way I set up my config, I actually use the default crosshair um, to help me decide like when my gun is hot, when it's cooled down.
So Watts, like what's your first objective right here? Like what are you trying to accomplish right at this moment?
Well, right now I'm just
Making
trying to
that
get
jump.
into there. Yeah, I'm trying to get down the jump because my goal is to actually get into their intel room so I can be positioned to sap the gun. The thing that I discussed with Pun, our medic, is that all too often, like here they got their intel, so I'm trying to wait here for the spy to come around. See him here, miss that stab. Oh god, no. Oh, there we go.
Shop.
How-
I mean,
Oh god.
I was gonna discuss more about jumping on that gargoyle was the hardest part because I've died trying to jump on that so many times. It's the polygons or some geometry. It's just stupid.
Yeah,
on
it's
it.
weird looking. The actual shape of the model doesn't really match up with how
Yeah.
the geometry looks. It's weird.
To talk about watches, I like how you use cloak and dagger here in Haunt because I've used that in most of my scrims because I find that there's not enough ammo to run Invisi in my opinion, and DR is just kind of predictable. I use it more for body blocks.
Yeah,
But I don't know about you guys.
it depends on the map. Like for me, for example, like I use Invis Watch all the time on map like Badwater, but for like other maps like I think Barn Blitz was what it was. Like right here, there's like no metal, so I'm just getting positioned to like get rid of the engineer, and that's my whole goal when this entire match is to stay in the intel room and be ready to get rid of the engineer when we push in, so we grab the intel.
Well, and when you think about it, this map, it's capture the flag, but it's more set up King of the Hill style.
Yeah,
Because the
Yeah.
intel has to go to that central point, so cloak and dagger is kind of, I think it's a stronger option.
So close.
yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, that's why I think running DR or stock is good whenever your team is trying to push out. Is because if the enemy team's holding mid, upper, I'm going to assume, or at least that's how it's been for me, pushing out is harder with cloak and dagger because you take forever to get into position. But if your team's holding the upper mid, then you can run cloak and dagger and just play comms, you know?
Exactly, that's usually what I did. I didn't do comms as well as I should have on this match, but I did a lot better in Barn Blitz. And it's because it was so much easier to calm in Barn Blitz. This map is just so crazy and chaotic. There's so much shit going on. And
It seems like
oh,
go
God.
ahead.
nah, I got killed by the pyro. I was like, oh my god, that pissed me off so bad. Like,
Oh, yeah.
he just turned around and there I was. So
But it seems like in this map, I don't know, I can't really think of any way to be like to get a useful feign and decloak with the Dead Ringer aside from moving the intel up, just inching it forward bit by bit. I feel like that's
Yeah,
the only way to be
exactly.
useful with
Yeah,
Dead
pretty
Ringer on
much.
this kind of a map. Otherwise, there's just no safe place to go with it.
yeah, Dead Ringer, like for me, like I just see it as like like if my team has really heavy DM and we're just consistently out DMing the other team, then it's just good for that because they can create so many distractions for me. I don't even need to bother cloaking. I just need to stay alive to get picks. In this case, the thing is we could actually out DM Neon Rocks. Actually, not too like we didn't have too much trouble, but they kept like running away. They would like lose like one or two people and just fall back. So by the time we got in there, they already got their whole team back. And that's another thing with this map is that like the respawn times are so short. Like it doesn't even really matter if you get a pick because they're already back up. You know?
Yeah, and I mean that's why I think running Invisi might work just solely because of the short spawn times. You can kind of get in position, whereas
Yeah.
with Cloak and Dagger, like Erdo, you were stuck like right in the middle of the your right yard, and you're just kind of like, okay, I'm sitting here cloaked and I'm not doing anything.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I mean that happens, but I was gonna talk about more about working with your team and scanning, because I know that, you know,
Like right here.
yeah,
I try to get
yeah,
keep the sentry gun down, and right here I sap the gun again
Kinda
and give the
goes-
headshot, like right there.
bam.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was a good play, because honestly, what else could you have done? You could have sat in the back and called comms, could have went upstairs and done maybe nothing, or got the med or something, or you could have died. And
Yeah.
and that was the right choice in my opinion, is keeping the gun down, because then your team can kind of spawn camp it and hold the sides.
Yeah. That. Go ahead.
I was talking about scanning with small intel room like this. There aren't any like specific ledges you can jump on or anything. It's just basically like a key with like an upstairs, and I don't know. It's just it's hard to. It's pretty hard to scan in more open areas like outside yard, but I mean, you seem to be scanning pretty well. I think since I already watched this half, I think you die once or twice to like, oh wait, that guy was behind me, and I was like, ah, that could have been prevented, you know. But
Yeah.
I
This
mean,
map is
it's
just
not
so
criticism.
crazy. It's hard to like judge that shit. I was fighting like
exactly
scout here, so.
good body block. That was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
That was nice.
But like the thing about this map that like really just well my whole goal was just to basically be in the hotel room when my team pushed in, because what Pun usually did was that he's like, "Hey Watts, where are you?" And I'm like, "What? You already have Uber? I'm not anywhere near where I need to be." But like he told me, like when he asked me that, it's because he already has 80% charge. So now we just make it more clear, like, "Hey Watts, I got 80% Uber.
Oh.
Where are you?" Like
Yeah.
this map really like helped us on our comms. Like we really
And
like
comms
worked
and
on it
teamwork.
hard.
How do those flames reach you? I watched that earlier. I don't
I
understand.
don't know.
Particle. But yeah, that's the thing I was gonna discuss as well, was Spy's role on this type of map. Not so much King of the Hill, but CTF like Turbine Pro and stuff, is that there's really only two ways you can play it. You can play straight comms and no caps, which means like you're just gonna sit with Cloak and Dagger the whole entire game and call, which works. But then you're kind of ruining your killing power, which, you know. And the other side is you go for caps and you're going for saps and coordinating with your team, which is, they're kind of related, but it's either oh, here's the thing I was gonna talk about, was with the sniper, like you kind of gave yourself a bad position there, but
Yeah.
it's just a choice between your gun, and you could have like just left him be.
Yeah, I
because
know,
don't
but
think you would've done
like,
anything.
it was a really the thing that I always do in matches is that like all these really simple decisions I could make, and because of like the stress of being in a match and the comms and all that, it just kind of muddies your ability to play.
Judgment.
Yeah, and because
know
I've been
that
playing because I've been playing like other games like Blacklight, like I keep getting out of sync with my habits in TF2, so I'm like constantly not like at
What?
the top of my game. So.
How did that pyro let that happen?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Oh god.
Good support.
Yeah. This is
I mean, that's what's cool, is you can play DM spy and just go DR and ambi headshot things in yard here, then you'll win.
yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like
you know-
it might. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, well, I was just gonna say,
Oh, God.
I always hear you talk about Spy being sort of a wild card, and I think this map really accentuates that the best, where there's a lot of different roles that the Spy can fulfill on this particular map. You can do what you guys were talking about before, like stay out in yard and do comms, but you can also DM too, and you can get those picks.
Yeah. A friend of mine, Rarspoon. Y'all know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
He tells me that there's three things at the spot. That there's three pillars of Spy in Highlander: comms, picks, and paranoia. And paranoia is the one that you use best with Deadringer, comms is with Cloak and Dagger, and picks is with Inviswatch. And for me, like, I found that the Deadringer is only really handy if, like, they are chasing me everywhere. Like, there's a team I played against called Smitty, Smitty number one. Smitty, it's a reference to
Smitty,
SpongeBob.
Jäger,
Yeah.
and Jensen, number
Yeah.
one, yes.
I've never played against a team that was that, like,
Spy focused?
yeah,
Oh.
they hunt spies
attempt on the side.
down. Yeah,
That's lame.
they hunt me down everywhere, and I just went Deadringer and just like basically tried to play with them. Like, yeah, come get me, bro, and it worked. Surprisingly, it's really frustrating to play against them, but it's also very it's a good challenge because it gets me used to like this is how
Trying
probably
to
like
adapt.
yeah, it gets me used to like higher level players. Like this is probably how like a platinum team will
like
play.
gold.
Yeah. So
I mean, to give a bit of context, I've been sniping more, and this map doesn't have very many sight lines,
yeah, but
and that's kind of tough. There's one or two that are really deadly that I've shot meds through, but really I'm just kind of playing yard.
God.
That's all I do.
I'm dead.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
Yeah. But well, another thing is that we had Defiler on sniper, and he's not.
Oh, yeah.
He plays roamer really. He's a great roaming soldier, but like he doesn't main snipers. And Steve, this is like actually like his last day at work, and he was gonna be there late, and we needed a sniper, so we got Steve to play. We get a Defiler to play for us instead. If we had our main sniper, I had no doubt we would have won this because
Steve's fantastic.
yeah, he does a lot of work, especially in our scrims. Like, I didn't realize at the time, but when I watched our POV or STVs, he kept blocking so many casts just by headshotting the scout as he went out. It was ridiculous. He's a great sniper. He doesn't get enough credit.
I don't know if I hear that decloak.
I don't know. That's the thing about Highlander that I think a lot of people seem to forget is that when those comms around, it's really easy to not hear that stuff.
Yeah, that's why I don't like playing other classes in Highlander. Like Pyro, I'm just paranoid the whole time because I main spy.
Oh.
That fall
do
damage.
decloak.
You're saying Tobias? Sorry.
I was just saying that because, like, if I'm playing Pyro in Highlander, I'm paranoid because I main spy because I can't hear decloaks as well because of the comm. So it can be very distracting, but
I mean,
helpful for spies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean that's also the big part is more about is that if you don't hear the decloaks, your team should be calling out where he was last, and if they don't, that's a problem. Again, the medic's deaf right now. Oh, fail stabs.
I could go for the medic, but
wellness
that was
shot.
already like way too far ahead. That's like what I usually do because I'm too far ahead of the medic. I just like fuck it.
Yeah,
Just
just
go for the
pass it.
heavy.
Yeah, that's good. You don't want to.
'Cause-
You don't want to prioritize them too hard. Like it's good when it's the right time, but
Yeah.
there, right there, it was perfectly fine to pass them up for the heavy, but you tried.
Oh god.
Oh, too predictable.
Yeah.
So Watts, right here, your team is down. So what would you identify as the weakness in your team right now, and how are you trying to like fix that?
It's hot.
It's just hot.
I honestly, like, the thing about this map is that you can't really try too hard. Like, if you try too hard, you're gonna lose. If you stop caring, then you win. That's literally what I've noticed. Like, if we
It's more
try
like-
way too hard, we lose every time. But we just, like, stop giving a fuck, and we just do whatever the hell we want. We actually had a lot more caps, surprisingly. So,
Well,
I don't know.
If you
I
think
don't
about it, it's just the UGC Halloween event, and no one takes Halloween events seriously when they're playing. So
Right. And I mean, Haunt is one of those maps where no one really likes it except for like Frank West. He's the only Haunt lover, literally the only Haunt lover.
hipster.
And
Frank West is hilarious though.
No,
For those of you who
he's
don't
so
know who
cool.
For those of you who don't know who Frank West is, he's hilarious. You should go watch his stream. He's awesome. There's actually
Yeah,
a lot
Oh
of
my
spies I
gosh,
could probably get some reference to.
His
See that
stream
one on
highlight?
Barn Blitz? Oh my
Yes.
gosh!
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
was
great.
dying.
That was so great.
Smackdown.
I'm gonna try
And
something really stupid.
Really,
Really
stupid.
stupid.
Boondock, the medic.
But
Big
Yeah,
Uber
Becca.
sandwich throw.
But like the thing about this map is that like whenever my team was like in this kind of position, like I was just thinking, okay, I gotta just kill people. Like I don't care who I kill, I just gotta get them out of that middle and force them to retreat, so that we can actually gain some ground. Because once they have the control of that middle, we're basically like it's like they're just constantly putting pressure on like a wound or something like that. Like it's just consistently just pushing and pushing, and you can't do shit. You can't do anything. You're stuck. You're literally just stuck. And that was a really weird analogy, but that's the best way I could put it right now.
Yeah.
This is completely
mean-
improvised. I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, like again, it's Haunt, and that's the reason for everything in this case. I don't know why you're stalking this pyro so hard.
No, I'm just making sure like he doesn't like turn around. I'm trying to analyze what he's doing. Oh my god! Oh, got the
Pass
heavy.
up, stab. Nice serve.
Got the heavy.
Like, I wasn't sure what the power was gonna do. Like, I was just trying to pay attention to his movements. Like, that's the thing I usually try to do is I try to like make mental notes of like how they move and what they do, and then I use that knowledge to my advantage. When I'm not raging, of course. If I'm raging, then I'm just garbage.
Come to think of it, I just like since you say that you do that consciously, it seems I notice that I don't even think about it. I just kind of do it, and that's why I'm sometimes wrong. It happens, but it's really hard with medics because they like mash A and D like no tomorrow.
Yeah.
Telefrag? No.
Nope. That'd be awesome though. Get a telefrag in the medic like that one guy did. Set the sentry. And we got the intel.
So that's good timing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good cooperation.
Yep.
Oh god. Oh god, there's so many people here. I'm just like, what do
Well,
I do?
I would think that gave you away right away was that your disguise. You were disguised as a spy, and the spy was like right next to you.
Yeah, I know, but
And I'm like, oh no.
I don't know. I didn't know what to do because there's so many people to stab. I couldn't kill all of them.
Yes, you can, Watts. Go ham.
Yeah, I can't throw knives. This isn't Call of Duty. Oh god. Oh. I don't know why that spy kept running Dead Ringer, man. I really don't know.
It's Dogfoot. He likes DR, I guess. I've played with him before. And see, here's where I think he really ruins you because like you had no cloak and you nice. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean that worked out, but like even then, like you could have been in a better position with cloak and dagger, not so much DR because the same thing would have happened.
Yeah.
But you know, in my opinion, Invisity would have been no cloak and dagger. God,
Cloak and Dagger got me to a better position. Yeah,
and
I know.
you know, maybe you could have passed up on it and waited for someone else to come through mid. The big thing about watching this is that we didn't hear the comms, so that changes your opinion and whatever.
But then again, though, then there's this. And this, I don't think I could have done this with the. I could have done this with Cloak and Dagger, but still, this is a really nice little clip right here.
Oh, this is the.
Oh yes,
yeah.
this is it. This is it. Boom.
And it's not done yet.
But wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Sales
To the
pit.
maze.
If you order right now, I'll give you a second beating absolutely free. Damn.
I cheered so much when I got that headshot. I was like, oh my god!
I'm so good at this game.
See, that's where the invisibility watch shines because you can get so much kicking power and so much maneuverability and get where you need to be really fast.
It's literally like I was explaining before, like one of my videos. Like it's like Hawk versus a spider. Hawk can stay on the move constantly, where the spider kind of patrols a certain amount of area. Spider is a lot slower and more patient, but the Hawk is, you know, a lot faster. Get in, get out. And that's usually why I use the Invis watch. I prefer it more just because of how fast it is. Like, if I'm already in position for a pick and we have time to get in position, like with the Cloak and Dagger, like on like a payload map, then yeah, I'll use it. But in this case, I didn't have time. I just didn't have time to get set up with the Cloak and Dagger, you know? Unless we had the mid.
I mean,
Nice step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why. Hold on.
Oh yeah, by the way, we like evened this out, like at the end, I think. Oh god!
Rockets.
Go Star, go Star, go! Oh god.
But yeah, what I was gonna mention was that when you guys talking about Cloak and Dagger and it being kind of slow in a sense, is it's kind of like sixes whenever you off class, like sniper or heavy, like you just can't keep up, and that can happen in Highlander too. Like with some plays you have to keep it going, and you know, spy with Cloak and Dagger might not be able to get into that position just in time, like you did earlier, and you know that's why every watch has its downsides, of course.
Yeah.
Nice Cloak and Dagger used to stand still. Yeah.
Juke.
I never see it coming.
I know everybody likes
I know.
using that. That's another thing I want to
Nice
talk about. Like, oh, this is about to be over in like 50 seconds. So, but what we do here, we basically they get 3, and basically all we have to do now is get 7. Yeah. So, yeah, round 1 was really fun. We had a great time. I think Neon Rocks really underestimated us at first. So. I don't think they were expecting to, you know, have someone who actually kind of compete with them a little bit.
Oh, the trash talking begins.
No, I think I don't want to. I don't want to do any of that. I just think that we did a good job against them, like all things considered. And they get out with the intel, but they didn't have the time to cap it. And I think someone stops them at the end. I think it was I want to say it was Star or someone else.
The Rocket Man.
And yep, that's the end of round 1. On to round 2. Alright, so with round 2, you know, we had 4 and they had 3. So now our goal is to get 7 more caps and we win. And we actually had a lot of time like in between the first and the second round to like, you know, and I think they used that to their advantage because they were I think they talked strat in between that because they just, I don't know what happened, man. We couldn't get any sort of momentum going on this team in the second half. We couldn't do anything. They already got to the mid, and I'm, you know, creeping up on them. And the mech just happened to turn around right at that moment, and I missed a stab.
Got the demo. That's good.
Yeah,
Cut your
That
loss.
was a good pick here, though.
Yeah, it is. With that, with the stickies, you can get some good
exactly.
area holding. You know.
Yeah, you can just jump right out.
I think also this round, their spy, Dog Police, I think he started just focusing Game Master a hell of a lot more. Like he was starting.
Game Master Soldier.
The Game
He's
Master's our
MG.
engineer. He's they started I think he was sitting around with Cloak and Dagger more and going for the sap. Popped Uber.
Nice.
So now she's stuck with the Pyro. And I'm just waiting for the Uber to run out. Oh,
Yeah, that was a good play for that force. That was good.
I didn't realize the stickies there. Good shit by Star Knight. That's the demo. So, Tobias, Sound, what are your thoughts so far? You know?
Go ahead, Sam.
Oh, what? Sorry.
What are your thoughts so far? Oh god.
Well, so I guess I'm just trying to get more of an idea of what your mindset is right now. Like, what do you want to achieve at this moment? Because you're saying that they kind of strengthened up a bit in the second half. So what are you trying to do?
They basically got to control the mid. So what I'm trying to do is just trying to clear them out of there, so we can gain that advantage. Like whoever controls the mid basically controls the map in this in CTF Haunt, and we're trying to get it back, but we can't seem to push out quite like at all. We managed to get the intel here, but like we lose that momentum soon.
And I'd say a big thing here is that I see you going in by yourself a lot, which can work if you're trying to go for like a suicide pick. But I mean,
oh
nice.
my god!
Oh, you have the Pyro instead of
the Pyro was like he like literally was right next to the medic, so he body blocked me.
Nice disguise, but too early. Oh, they popped really early. But yeah, what I was getting at was that like I see you going by yourself a lot, which like can work if you're going for just a med pick or something. But it's more about like maybe you can coordinate with your scout or your soldier. Like let's say like you go in for a sap, and instead of having your whole team push with Uber, you can do a soft push, or you can do just the soldier jumps in from top or something and makes it work. But that's really down to how your team works. I don't know nowadays.
Well, usually we could get that going, but like we were just they were getting like spawn camped a lot, and they couldn't push out at all. And another thing was that I noticed that when I push with my team, I opt to get myself killed because I'll get caught in the crossfire a lot, and in most cases it's not a problem because I can usually choose an alternate path. But in this map, there's like only 2 ways, only 3 ways it can go: top, left, or right, and they were like covering each exit. So.
Well, in mid here's probably the top's probably the riskiest one to take as an exit because they'll always push through there with the combo.
Yeah.
And so now you switch to Invisibility Watch. So what's your rationale for doing that?
Just so I can get picks, because the Invisibility Watch has better picking power than the Cloak and Dagger. It's much faster, I can get position a lot more easily, and I may not be necessarily have as much time, but I can at least get to where I need to be more quickly. And here's another thing I'm kind of worried about is like I don't know when their team's gonna come out. Like right there. Oh god.
Yep.
Nice jumps.
Oh.
Whew.
Tobias with the late reaction.
Yeah, sorry. Must be a little behind.
It's okay.
It happens.
Oh.
God damn it! Come here.
Whiff. Big whiffs.
Scout. Yeah. I like I said before, I've been playing too much Blacklight. Like I've been playing other games, and that's like really like messing my DM. But like if I play TF2 like every single day, my DM would be like crazy right now because I've been getting some really good shit done.
Oh, that's so lame.
Yeah.
I hate that.
That's so stupid.
Yeah. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I'd say a big thing with Spy on, well, Highlander in general is that it's all about changing the way that you're supposed to, well, not supposed to be playing, but the way that you play, depending on how your team is doing. So, it's kind of hard to chat about it on Haunt because it's like it's a beast on its own. CTF's kind of different for Spy.
Yeah.
But you know, for Payload, it's a lot of, okay, I can start capping the cart if I have to. Wow, how did that heavy not know you were there?
I don't know.
You know, you can like push the cart if you need it. You can run DR and push cart. You can go for med picks. You can play cloak and dagger and go comms. You know, it's and
that's the thing about like Spy is that like the thing about Spy that yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing about Spy is that like he doesn't need like crazy like another revolver that's like plus and minus this. Like he just needs different tools. The thing about Spy is that he can really adapt to just about any situation as long as he has the proper tools. Like the revolver, straight up combat weapon. The ambassador, it's a long range tool. L'étranger, if they buffed it, it could be like the escape artist gun. The downback could be the saboteur gun. You know,
so close to them.
I know, it's freaking me out. And like it like the whole thing about Spy, the reason why I think certain unlocks, as far as they go, like if they really try, they could make some really good stuff for Spy. But they've been so content with making basically the same shit over and over again.
It's okay. I've got a good idea for it.
Yes.
Grapple hook.
Didn't you already? Was the one
Uber
you sent
knife?
me earlier?
Yeah.
Yes.
The what knife?
I haven't thought it all out yet, but it's basically a knife that
For the medic, and
the
it
medic,
stabs
like
people. No, I
when
mean,
you like gain their Uber charge, so for escaping instead of cloaking, you're Ubered
Yeah,
for
I
that amount
remember
of
that.
percentage. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It could work actually, but I don't know. For me, I just don't know. Like, I just want grappling hook. I just want grappling hook, and I want another gun that headshots people and does something different, like causes mini crits, for example. I was waiting right here for the med to come through, but I missed it, and then the pyro just happened to see
barely
me.
air blast. That air blast range is chilly.
Yeah. That's another thing that I really think needs to be fixed about pyro, just the particles and like the air blast range, because it's not like the fan where like the knockback is scaled down. Like it's no matter where it hits you, you go back far, like real fucking far. It's ridiculous.
Nice illusion. That was nice.
I try.
Oh man.
Oh god.
Nice serve. That was sweet.
Oh god.
Rollers everywhere.
There's so much shit
And-
flying around.
Actually, that kind of brings a point up into my mind is that this is what, silver watts?
Silver, yeah.
And that's the thing that I was gonna discuss more so about is, for those viewers who are probably wanting to get into Highlander, unlucky.
Yeah, if you want to get into Highlander, I recommend starting out with steel first. You
Or
don't want
iron, if you're
not go
really,
iron.
really newbie.
Yeah, but that's
And-
like you're like brand new to the game though.
And I mean, like, I'm stuttering.
It's like this, but
Everyone has to start somewhere, you know, and iron is a good place to start. Steel is you know, getting there, and silver and gold are like the middle where people are knowing what they're doing, but they're not at the top of their game, so to say.
yeah,
they're still learning.
It's the middle ground basically.
Right. And you know, that's why I think them adding gold was a really good idea because you know, me, I'm playing in high gold spy sniper, and you know, I still can improve a ton, and that's what's cool and nice.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. I remember that now. I was so pissed in the comments. I was like, oh my fucking god. And I missed the mech too.
Oh, that's so unfortunate.
That's exactly what I mean. I need to stop playing other games and play this game more, because I should have had those stabs. Oh god. But like for me, like if you already been playing TF2 for quite some time, like you play Spy a lot or you play Engineer a lot or whatever, I don't recommend starting in Iron. I recommend starting in Silver because
Yeah, I agree.
you already kind of know what you're doing. You just need to be on like a Highlander team. Like you need to kind of learn the format. Like you know how to play the class, but you don't know your role in that particular format. It's
And
like
nice.
yeah.
There we go.
Hi.
Body block
And-
time.
Oh,
If it's the demo,
see,
they
Oh,
get me.
and demo.
It's okay. I'd say
And
that's a big. Sorry.
This is where we. I think this is where we lose right here.
Lame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yep, that's the
You
end
were
of round
you were
two.
saying something?
But
Talking about iron and going into silver if you're new.
if you're
knowing
playing
your role.
if you know how to play certain classes, like say you know how to play soldier and you've been playing it for like 500 hours or something. If you know how to play the class, like you know like all the basics, you know your role. All you need to do now is just figure out how your class translates into Highlander, and for that I recommend Steel. If you don't know how to play like any particular class, and you don't know which one you like yet, then go Iron. Silver is when you kind of like your team is kind of you all know your jobs, and now you just need to kind of step it up a little bit. And Gold is when you kind of got a really solid roster, and you want to kind of go against other people with solid rosters and really test your skills. And Platinum is just I don't want to say it's invite because I don't think Platinum is as good as invite level players personally.
Nope.
But it's the top of Highlander, so that's basically like the best teams. So, but yeah, that was my POV on Haunt. I'm sorry we lost. It's Haunt. I don't know what else to say other than that. And it was a really difficult match for us because we just had all kinds of problems throughout the scrims, and we made the mistake of playing against teams which we could like very easily out DM, and we didn't play against anyone who like had like the same DM as we did, basically.
But that's a big part of it too. Is that in competitive, it's not all DM all the time. Sometimes,
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, is that's why that's another part of the reason why we lost that match and on Marmblitz, because we kept playing
It's
teams
more
that we kept playing teams that we out DM and didn't like actually learn strat. We did really good on Barnblitz and got all 3 points, but we could never figure out how to push into last, and that's what ultimately cost us on that one. So that's another thing I recommend. Play against teams who are like equal to you, so that way you actually learn more. If you play against teams that who are like a lot lower division than, or a lot lower like in terms of like DM and skill, then yeah, you're not really gonna learn much. You want to play against people who are on equal footing. That's why Platinum is such a powerful division, because they all pretty much they're all very much equal in terms of DM. So like it really just comes down to strat. Like who has better strats, who has better communication, tactical maneuvering, I guess. So
Right, and that's the cool thing about Highlander is that if you stick with your team for multiple seasons, then obviously you'll make really good friendships. That's pretty good too. And when you play with the same group of people for so long, then you get to know how they play and you can adapt to theirs. And that's why, like me, what I was gonna bring up was that if you're not sure what division you're able to play in, hit up some of your friends that play competitive and ask them if you can sub in for a
ring for them,
scrim. Yeah, ring for them. That's what I do.
Yeah,
because I ring for some high gold and everything below that for scrims, because people need, we need a sniper, we need a spy, and I say, hey, I have time, let me help you guys. And that's where I get my Highlander experience. Even though I'm not officially able to play matches on Mondays, I can still have that higher level play with me,
Yeah, that's actually how I got put onto Wild Party. Is just they at the time Wild Party spy was Vietling John, who was a really good spy, and he couldn't show up for one of his matches or his scrims, and they're like, we need a spy to play. Have you ever played Highlander? No. Well, the map's Badwater. You know how to play Badwater, right? Yeah. So I went
No.
in and I went in and I did well, and that's pretty much how it started. So just sub for your friends' teams, ring for teams, just do whatever you can. Just actually the best way to get into Highlander or any kind of format really as far as competitive play goes is just to, you know, jump in. Like go play sixes,
And
go
be
play Highlander.
and be nice to people, because if you're not, then you're not getting anywhere.
And don't blame other people for your team losing either. Like it's not a singling out effort. Like everybody kind of pulls their own weight regarding Highlander and sixes. It's not just one person's fault. It's like usually everybody's fault. Like,
And I mean, that's what's cool about Team Fortress 2 in general, is that even for pubs, I think that a big thing is that even if you're not doing your best, you can still help out the team by doing various things. Like for Spy, like let's say that Watts, you're not playing very well, you're not getting your stabs or whatever, then if it's really that bad, you can just play Cloak and Dagger and call comms the whole game, and that's helping your team just as much, if not maybe more, than you stabbing them, because now they know where everything is exactly, and it's not general area, it's exactly what they are. And that's what I like about, if you have your off days, you could be playing better or whatever, but it's not the end of the world, and that obviously can depend on the teams you're playing, because some lower level teams in Steel and Silver have some once plat sniper, but now he's in Silver, and it's like, well, crap, now we have to focus this guy, and that becomes a problem sometimes.
Yeah, but another thing is about Spy. This is something that Rossburn also told me, is that you're very much carried by your team. Like how your team plays will determine how you gotta play. If your team's playing really, really aggressive and they're holding really far back, I noticed it's actually really hard to get picks with the Abyss Watch and Cloak and Dagger because they're all so tightly grouped together. That's when you pull out the Dead Ringer and you go with that and you just harass them instead of trying to go for picks.
Right, and change the situation, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And if they're being uberly aggressive, then you can go Abyss Watch and get like a lot of picks because with all that aggressive nature, they're very easily distracted. So you can just go in, get picks. There you go.
And later.
And then if you got the advantage and you just need to sit and get comms, and just get comms. Herp, derp, derp, I'm Cloak and Dagger Spy.
That's what Fixer does, and he's fantastic at it.
Yeah,
Fixer
is really good at that.
Fixer is a great comms play. If you want to talk about comms, go watch Fixer play. He is without a doubt the best at that.
Yeah, and he was in
very underrated.
Oh, for sure. He was in that Communities versus Pros a couple months ago, and he did amazing.
He
freaking owned. He owned the bro guy.
There's a lot of spies in the league that are very underrated, I think. Pulse, for example, is another. Yeah, Akuma's another one.
Akuma, Hey, Fixer, Pulse.
Like they're all they're relatively unknown, but they're really fantastic. But what they got though is Noko, of course.
Oh, yeah, Noko.
If you MGE with Noko, you're gonna have a bad time. That was a joke in the Electronic Espionage for a long time. I actually still like that joke because it's so true. I will never MG with her again. It was so fucking frustrating. But
I've had the experience of MGing Noko.
Oh god. Hey Wild.
Hi Watts.
And for everyone who doesn't know, this is Wild, not Wild from Wild Party, just named
the best
Wild.
spy ever.
Watts, you have no idea how many times people ask me.
No, I know.
Awful.
But we're actually doing a commentary. You kind of jumped right in here. So
oh,
welcome.
I'm sorry. Would you like? Should I go?
No, you can stay in here for a little bit. We're almost
no,
done.
this is just the after game chat.
Yeah.
We're discussing underrated spies and talking about Noko somehow. Somehow.
Noko's a monster.
She's a beast.
But basically, there's a lot of underrated spies, but a lot of them like that because that means that in Stabby's case, for example, he streams a lot. He does all these different things. That's part of the reason why a lot of people can counter him.
They know he's just gonna dead ring and run away,
or that, or whatever. They watch him play. Whereas Hey, there's almost no videos of him playing, and that's why he generally stays.
He has such fluid movement. Oh my god.
That and
I want that.
Because of how so far under the radar he is, he stays constant. They don't know his tricks. They don't know how he plays. Same thing goes for Pulse and a few others.
And I mean, people like Akuma with their ambassador and game sense just is scary.
Yeah.
And what's really funny is most of these higher level platinum players, like they're good at everything. Like Akima's really good at sniper and scout. And I'm just like, how do you do this?
Oh, don't
I
forget
can't
soldier.
do that. Oh yeah, and soldier too. Like I said, everything. But and I mean that's what's cool about this game is that really if you play hit scan classes like spy and sniper, then or if you main spy, then it'll usually transition over to a different class. Like for me, like I used to play a lot of spy, and then I kind of got bored of it a little bit, and then I picked up sniper, and it's basically the same stuff except now I'm getting better at sniper, and it's so much fun. And I can just jump back into spy whenever I want and do just as good as I did before.
It's like
pretty great.
It's like an antithesis to sniper. I mean, like it's literally like it's the same basic idea. You're getting picks, but like instead of being like constantly high risk situations, like in close range, you're at relatively low risk situations. But the only real risk is how good is your aim. Like you're a lot more aim dependent than you are with spy.
Yeah, spy's more strafing.
Yes, it's good aim. It does help with spy, but you're doing more positioning and strafing and game sense than aiming and everything else.
Scan.
But good aim does help though.
For sure.
Good ambassador aim does a huge deal.
Yeah, but I feel like spy is one of the most frustrating classes just because it's like the most dependent on what other people do as opposed to yourself.
Yeah,
like it still takes a large part of you, but it's like most dependent on them because they could just turn a tiny bit and then you get screwed over.
Yeah, but that's the other thing for that though is because like there's just so this talked about what I talked to earlier about unlocks is that if they add more things for the spy to do besides getting picks, like say instead of getting picks, the spy can actually point out where people are in the map or where the sentry gun is. Like he could like actually like a UAV basically. He can like pinpoint where certain people are for his team. They could see them through the walls or whatever. Or he could do something as simple as like injecting people with poison and causing them to,
take mini crits.
Yeah, like hiding them basically. There's all kinds of things they could allow the spy to do. It's just a matter of how Valve wants to put it in. Like I imagine the most OP thing they could possibly give spy would be like the infection thing. Like the spy gets a knife that allows him to infect people, and he stabs one person, like the whole like group of people becomes infected.
Or like anyone attached to the medi beam.
Oh yeah, it'd be ridiculous. Just shit like that, basically. But I think that's pretty much it for this commentary. I'd like to thank RJ, Soundchaser, Tobias, and Wow just for showing up at the right time. Thanks for joining me, and good night, guys.